x. How many do we have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Let's pass one more. Let's say C. And for our value, let's pass some random numbers. Let's use NumPy's randn method. np.random.randn. So we'll create 8 random numbers. Okay. Let's see our data frame now. So we have an 8 by 3 data frame, 8 rows and 3 columns. Let's say we want to see our data frame where our column A is 1. The column A value is 1. So we only want to see this once. We already know how to do that, but for this example I'll show you using the map function. So we'll use map to see only the ones. Let's do that. So we can say our data frame where our column A will use the map function. So we can say map lambda I, where I starts with O. So this will show us all our data frame where our column A starts with O. That means we'll only see the first 3 rows. So if we save this in a variable, let's say data frame once, and if we call our data frame once object, we have true, and then false for the rest, right? Similarly, we can say our data frame, then simply pass data frame once. So we'll only see the first 3 rows. And if we want to see our data frame where the values are 4 or 5, we can use the same method. So instead of this, we can say data frame A map lambda I, where I starts with F, right? So 4 or 5. And let's save this in a variable, say, let's say FF. So if we call our data frame FF object, we have true for the last 3 rows. And to see the data frame, we can say data frame FF, and we only have the last 3 rows. Good. Let's look at another example. Let's say we want to see our data frame where the values for column A is 1 and the values for column B is Y. How can we do that? So let's see how we can do that indexing using Boolean. So we can say we have our data frame where our data frame starts with O or has the value once. That's for column A. And our data frame where our column B is equal to Y. And make sure to enclose this in parentheses. Okay, in this case, we will only see the rows where our data frame at column A is 1 and our data frame at column B is equal to Y. So if we see our data frame one more time, so we won't see, both conditions have to be true. So we will not see the first row. We will only see row number 3. So if we run this, we only see one row. Remember, both conditions have to be true. Similarly, if we want to see where our data frame at column A is 1 or our data frame at column B is Y, in this case we'll get, so 1, we'll see this, that's 3, we'll see this one, 4, 5. We'll see 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If either one of the conditions is true, we will see that row. So that's the difference between and or. Let's look at one more example. Let's say we want to see our data frame where column B is X or column A starts with 4 or 5. Okay, so we can say where our data frame starts with 4 or 5, column A starts with 4 or 5, we already saw this, and where data frame at column B is equal to X. If we run this, we get 2 rows, so both conditions have to be true. Whereas if we make this or, if we change this to or, either one of the conditions should be satisfied. So we get more rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So either this or this condition have to be true. Okay, great. That's all I have for indexing using Boolean values or vectors. So as a summary, we saw how to do indexing using and, or, and negation not. Thank you everyone.